Ah, the big day has finally arrived. It's the coach.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Sanders. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know the defenders are getting up off the ground, heaving a sigh of relief. They just held Barry Sanders to a -yard run. But Barry holds the NFL record for most carries for negative yardage. The all-time leader, 1,114 yards lost on his carries. But he balanced it with over 15,000 yards gained when he ran the football.
I think the pros outweigh the cons.
I know some people express surprise when Barry Sanders catches the football because his rushing numbers get most of the attention, but he also contributed in his career in the passing game like we just saw there.
Yeah, he had nearly 3,000 career receiving yards, and I think that gets overshadowed by the over 15,000 rushing yards that Mr. Sanders had. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Joey Bosa in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety to the pick.
And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. And what a big-time play there. 44 yards. They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Randy Moss, 23 yards for the touchdown. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find a target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On second down, Roethlisberger under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play, because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. Touchdown! Randy Moss with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Yeah, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now a toss coming right side. It's Sanders. And that's why you put a Hall of Famer back there. He's in for 2 points. They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out.
Carolina getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brian Dawkins in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On the carry, here's Sanders. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. On 3rd down, That's Sanders. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the defense. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case...
And it's caught. Touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
He was simply incredible finding the end zone during his tenure in the NFL. Holds the NFL single-season touchdown reception record with 23 back in 2007, partner.
Well, you also reminded me that Randy Moss set the rookie record with 17 touchdown grabs all the way back in 1998.
Well, you remember that season? He felt he had so much to prove to the league. He didn't go as high in the draft as he thought he should have, and he tried to make everyone else pay.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Here's Cooks on the return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Barry Sanders and the rest of the offense heading back out there. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try to mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Roethlisberger will throw. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And down he'll go at the 25. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. On third down, Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. That's pulled in at the 32. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving.
And this is caught at the 20. And he is down deep into Carolina territory. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. Into the red zone. Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Tahir Whitehead. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. It's caught left side by Cooks. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They run with the Hall of Famer Sanders, and the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. third down. That's Sanders, and he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28. Avoids him at the 40. Time for and okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had to have.
It got his man complete. And he takes it all the way up to the 45-yard line. A big play there. 44 yards. Play action. Now Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Wentz going to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long. On play action, Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This is intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And this is Selleck here with a grab. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters. And this is what he's always had. And that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the crossing route, complete. That's Moss. And touchdown! Randy Moss, 56 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for 2. Now a toss coming right side. It's Sanders, and that's why you put a Hall of Famer back there. He's in for 2 points. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on third down.
And ordinarily on third down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. He's going to air one out. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Randy Moss, 66 yards. And this offense is running away with this one. So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for two. Now a toss coming right side. It's Sanders. And that's why you put a Hall of Famer back there. He's in for 2 points. And is there bad blood here? I mean, and go for two when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. Well, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll run with Barry Sanders, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. It's complete to Brown, right side. First catch for the NFL's leader in receiving yards a year ago, and a first down. I think their fans are saying, hey, where's that Roethlisberger to Brown connection been in this one?
First time they get together is in the second half. I don't think any of us would have predicted that going in because we know how valuable that is to their offense, and that could be a big reason why they're not winning right now.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here's Wentz to throw. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And he is down deep into Carolina territory. And they rattle off a big one. 45 yards. Wentz to throw. The quick slant caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for 2 in this situation, Somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down. Roethlisberger, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Champ Bailey, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Facing this fourth-quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ross Cochran, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger, and he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Now Roethlisberger on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And oh, it's blocked. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Tyreek Hill set to return it. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Goal.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Wentz now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Delay of game offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
On play action, it's Wentz. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
It's the second round of the Madden Ultimate Team Playoffs. It's the coach.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to take... Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there on the first play of the game. 41 yards from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now a play fake. Wentz. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for the touchdown. Randy Moss, 34 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. And now a two-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he will get in to make it 8-0. Opening drive touchdown in two-point conversion.
Amazing nowadays for the kickers. I've actually talked with a few of them. They're more concerned about the point after touchdown than actually missing regular field goals. So maybe the coach is taking some pressure off here and just going for 2 and saying, I'm saving you for the big stuff later.
He's hanging out by the net. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. First down, Vic. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Safety Brian Dawkins earns the tackle for loss.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
He's going to walk. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked out by Champ Bailey. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. It put their defense in a really tough spot.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Randy Moss with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. And now a two-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he is in to make it 16-0. So two successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
So out come the Falcons now.
White 20.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ross. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage and mixed traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Oh, what a move. And before they can get settled in here, time expired. And here now the offense heading back out there. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook.
And that's caught inside the 30. And a huge play that time. 58 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
From the red zone now, Wentz. And it's caught. Touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Randy Moss led the league in receiving touchdowns 5 times starting in 1998, the last coming in 2009, and a lot of it to me was not just the natural talent, which was unbelievable, but the determination. Always was upset he wasn't a top 5 selection in the NFL draft, kept being upset about people passing on him early in the first round. When he finally got to Minnesota, he decided to really establish himself in the NFL and let everyone else know they made a big mistake.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Doug Baldwin and company getting ready to go again on offense. And you look at the numbers, not only has he not caught a pass, they haven't targeted him yet, and we're coming up toward halftime.
And you remember our meeting with the coach beforehand? What did he tell us about him? I write his number on my play sheet, and I circle it in bold type because I want to make sure he gets the ball and often. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
To throw, Vick. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. This is taken at the 15. A minute 52 left to play in this second quarter. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27. Play action. Now Wentz. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Throwing his Wentz. The quick slant caught, and he will take it in for the touchdown. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And this offense continues to pour it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And they are 3 for 3 on two-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. And so they run it in on the two-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. They'll start out on the ground as Saquon Barkley. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The tackle by Brian Dawkins. Now a second down throw for Vic. They'll find Everett there, complete. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
White 20.
Vic on 3rd and 2. Oh, he cannot get away. Down goes Vic. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Taken from just outside the 30. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And now back out comes the offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it up.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. A big play there just before halftime. 52 yards. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. We We now proceed to the start of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ross. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And how about that throw? We saw a combination of elite arm strength and obviously the ability to move the sticks with that completion. But
and he fires one that's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. To throw, it's Wentz. And it'll be second and goal. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
81.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Now Saquon Barkley, and he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. An all-time great tackler, Brian Dawkins, making the play there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Fielded at the 43. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over. On play action, Wentz. Now he's going to throw deep right side. He's got him in, complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Partner, if you and I were playing quarterback in this one, we would be really confident right now throwing it to him, wouldn't we?
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. To throw is Wentz. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
Oh, she's
on like the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Time for a break. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Wentz to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Randy Moss, 52 yards. And this offense is running away with this one.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not Scales, right? I don't hear Scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Up big, and they go for 2, and they get it.
I remember being in high school and seeing an article in the paper where a local columnist had said, "Why are we fighting over sportsmanship and running up the score? Just run it up on everybody and deal with it." Some people just don't care that way, and obviously this coach feels the exact same way.
So that article was saying the defense should be able to stop them.
That's what they're trying to say. Hey, if you don't want it to happen, stop them. Otherwise, quit whining about it.
20!
Vic operating on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Listen, the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Here's Kevin Huber now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Taking it about the 16. Able to slither by. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked.
It got his man complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there. 47 yards. That one looks like he'll throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop it.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
On 1st and 10, here's Vic. Well, he cannot get away. Down goes Vic. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Off the play fake, Vic. Now a desperation throw. Oh, and now Vic throwing another interception. Picked off by Champ Bailey. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 4.
It's the second round of the Madden Ultimate Team Playoffs. It's the coach in Orlando as we get you set for the NFL on EA Sports. Between our visitors and the San Francisco 49ers.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 41 yards. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This is caught. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Jerry Rice, 30 yards. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Bryant tacks on the extra point. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. We know Mr. Wade can move. Use those legs to pick up yardage. That time, though, should he have tried to run?
No, he's so used to having success. He's used to his athletic ability getting him out of trouble and into great plays. He's going to have to learn to pick his spots in the NFL.
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Khalil Mack. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Brad Wing now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Randy Moss, 44 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Now a toss coming right side. It's Sanders. And that's why you put a Hall of Famer back there. He's in for 2 points. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. that two-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for two, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for two early? That's what people are wondering about.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
He's got his man Sharp complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Fielded at the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. On play action, it's Wentz going for the deep ball. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 64 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
And that's why you put a Hall of Famer back there. He's in for 2 points. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still
False
first down.
start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They go play action here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Unfortunate interception there by Devin Wade, and it may sound cliche, but those are some of the learning bumps in the NFL.
Listen, great quarterbacks throw interceptions in the game. The key is whether he'll learn from it and not make the same mistake the next time that opportunity presents itself.
A minute 59 to go in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on first down, second down, third down, all three incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
He's going to launch this. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And this offense continues to pour it on. So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for 2. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse.
And that's the first mark on the stat sheet for the 4-time first-team All-Pro. How about this? Over 1,000 yards 6 times in his career, and just 2 yards away in 2013 of being over 1,500 yards in 4 of his last 5 seasons.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Devin drops back. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Niners on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is third down and 12. Devin Wade from the shotgun. Got a man right side. It's Sharp. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. He'll look to set up his blockers. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
So a change of possession here on the punt. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. Now he's going to throw deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. Into the red zone. Wentz. And it's caught. Touchdown. Randy Moss as the first half is winding down. And this offense is running away with this one.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And that's why you put a Hall of Famer back there. He's in for 2 points. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run it, let your linemen surge and fire out.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Set black 20.
Wade to throw. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Set wide 80.
The final shot before break. Wade into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. A final shot before half for Wentz. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this
you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
80.
Third and long. Devin back to pass. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity.
And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Randy Moss, 36 yards. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for 2.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football. Anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Here's Brad Wing now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 22. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
81. We got four.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeMarcus Ware coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. And what a big-time play there. 47 yards. Here's Wentz to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. DeMarcus Ware in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Throwing is Wentz. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back.
Ram.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Randy Moss, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And this offense continues to pour it on. So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for 2. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Tyreek Hill on the return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. A lone second remains now in this 3rd quarter.
4 down. Check.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Devin will throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
That right now That's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes Randy Moss and company as they take the field. All right, how has he done it? 4 touchdowns in this contest. He's been around the end zone in particular pretty much uncoverable.
And you know that I typically take things from a defensive perspective. I'm not going to do that this time. Let's just praise him. My goodness, 4 receiving touchdowns means he's been a variety of coverages throughout this game because they're not just letting him run scot-free. They're trying their best to shut him down, and he's shredding them.
I got to be honest, I want to see 5. No, you want to see 5? I mean, we're not supposed to be biased, but...
We're not rooting. Just in the interest of the game, let's go ahead and see 5.
He's going to fire one deep over them. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Jerry Rice, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points. So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for 2. Now a toss coming right side. That's Sanders. And that's why you put a Hall of Famer back there. He's in for 2 points. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. 2nd down, Devin will throw it. That's complete to Sharp. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Oh, another spin.
Hard to line him up when he does that.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to, because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual
it.
Guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do have.
And now here's another interception. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? I mean, you're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh boy, you wish you hadn't.
He sets to fire deep, and it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
The big day has finally arrived. It's the coach who will wear the crown as a Super Bowl champion of the Madden Ultimate.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the first pick of the second round back in 2001, and that's the veteran Drew Brees.
And Drew Brees is the leading active passer in the NFL, about 4,000 yards ahead of Tom Brady at this time. Help providing? He should top both Brett Favre and then Peyton Manning become the NFL's all-time leading passer. Over 70,000-yard mark was passed in career passing last season, and probably the best conditioned quarterback in the NFL. He may be the guy that actually plays until he's 50.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. This is taken at about the 14. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. On play action, Wentz. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure. But it falls incomplete. And it's second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they have the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. A very solid gain of 27. Play action. Now Wentz. And going deep for Hill. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 44 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. So, wow, he scrambles right, throws across his body all the way back to the left, but it worked out.
Wouldn't you just love to hear the thought process of the offensive coordinators that play unfolded? And I think a lot of it was, no. Nice throw, my man. Nice throw.
I'd also like to hear the quarterback what's going on in his head as that ball leaves his hand.
Oh, please let it get there, because otherwise I'm in big trouble.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football. The trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now Breeze. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Buying time to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to...
And his Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Justin Houston leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now it's a quarterback third and long. There he goes, right side. Touchdown. Randy Moss, 72 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
They begin the drive with Williams. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
He completes it to Jones. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're...
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. Shotgun now for Breeze. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Well, very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration. Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get to...
That's caught at the 25. And touchdown! Randy Moss with his second touchdown here in this first half. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for two.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Kill! Ready? You ready?
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Now, you and I both know that those guys out in the field, they're giving every effort that they've got. But Bryant Young, he just played the game with a different level of intensity and effective play from start to finish.
Well, he was an 8-time winner of the 49ers' prestigious Lynn Eshmon Award, and some people may not know what that is, but it was given to the player who best exemplifies inspirational and courageous play.
And think about the 49ers' history. No other player won it more than twice. Not Ronnie Lott, not Jerry Rice, not any of the other great 49ers.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. 8 yards there and a first down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Breeze now on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Moss. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Breeze going to throw. Going to drop this off to McCoy. Complete. And he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to them. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Brandon Cooks, 32 yards. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. On play action, it's Wentz. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still fourth down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
82.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz and the sack. Justin Houston in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided that it's a time to be aggressive. Now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. And Cooks has it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And Sturgis able to knock it through. You sure you're ready for the 3rd quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. He was good in the first half. He's been good still here so far in the 3rd quarter, Charles.
It almost feels like when you're watching, all those drills that you know that they go through, all that extra practice, it's all coming together in this one, hasn't it? Everything's been sharp, everything's been accurate, and the yards continue to pile up, as do the rest of the stats.
Yeah, the yards has got the 3 touchdowns, no interceptions so far. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Wesley Woodyard. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive...
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rod Woodson. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Brandon, I'm not sure I've seen a better all-around athlete than Rod Woodson. I mean, he was at Purdue at the same time I was at Tennessee, and he was obviously way better than me. His last game at Purdue, the coach let him play both ways. He played 137 plays that day, returned punts, kickoffs, had 10 tackles on defense with a pass broken up and a forced fumble, and 236 all-purpose yards on offense. and they kept the old Orchid bucket by beating Indiana in that game.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now a first down carry here from McCoy. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On third and long, it's Breeze. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Ryan Allen now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Oh, twisting away. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. A solid first half for him, and so far a good start to the second half.
And I'm going to try not to go overboard with praise here, but I can't help it.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for the touchdown. Randy Moss, 64 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And that's complete to Cooks. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Breeze, gotta have this one. They find some open field here.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Wentz, the quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Wentz. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. They have the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Randy Moss, 76 yards. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
They go play action here on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Randy Moss, 44 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for 2. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Randy Moss and company as they take the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Breeze to throw on second down. And Graham's got it over the middle. It'll be be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Wentz to throw. And going deep for Hill. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Now Williams. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Now a play fake. Wentz flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And it's 2nd down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Wentz. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Breeze now. Quick throw. That's complete on the inside slant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter play. On 1st down, Breeze. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Kill! Ready. We're waiting.
Breeze to throw again. And my goodness, another interception. It's Desmond Trufant, and they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit.
And this throw will be intercepted. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.